This is Mr. Lobo with another Action Talk update. 15 minutes or it's free. We're gonna give you all the news, all the happenings. Well, not really. There's just too much to talk about. It's one of the best and worst times to be a Insomniac, I think. We've got a lot going on. A lot of new nights, sleepless nights of insomnia. Our secret society. We have fan club kits going out all over the nation. Many of them, not all of them, but a good chunk of them went out this week, with more coming. You should have gotten many of you should have gotten a notification. And feel free to say, hey, I haven't got my notification. I'm waiting for my fan club kit. But there are a bunch going out, and they're all going out. So very soon you'll all be getting your fan club kits. 48 television stations. 48, Aaron. That's a lot. That's a lot of TV stations.
We're almost to 50.
Over 7 million households.
Close to 8 million now.
Close to 8 million watching on, over the air, mostly community and non-profit or not-for-profit TV stations. But 48 of them. That's pretty exciting. And we're still on the Monster Channel. We're still on the Vortex. We're still on Fossum. And of course, you can watch us on OSI-74. Did I forget another? Oh, Kings of Horror. How can I forget? We're on a brand new one called Kings of Horror. And we're in a revolving door of horror hosts in a program called The Chopping Block. And so I was on last week with Last Man on Earth, and I think I'm on later in the month with another one. And then Dr. Sarcophagi and many of my colleagues, The Mummy and the Monkey, a lot of rotating hosts in there. I'm sorry to name all of them, but Dean of the Dead, a lot of horror host friends of ours that we're sharing that slot with, and that's going to be lots of fun on the Kings of Horror channel. They've got millions of subscribers, so hopefully that means we'll get more eyeballs on Cinema Insomnia from those guys. So yeah, lots of places to watch the show, including, of course, Twitch this weekend, which I'm going to tease and talk about at the end. And YouTube still, right?
Yeah.
Lots of places. Speaking of the OSI-74, our channel is souped up. It is probably in the best shape it's been in months. We almost lost the channel, of course, due to Roku shenanigans. I don't feel like they want us. They don't want us here, Aaron.
Actually, I've been surprised with some of my other channels I have on my Roku. They're like Vudu and HBO Max, and they're still having problems.
Wow.
Like my Vudu wasn't loading right last night, and it crashed my entire Roku 2 or 3 times. And I mean, that's like a really huge one.
Yeah.
So I feel like these shenanigans are basically messing with everyone who's not Disney. The mouse has declared war.
Those big ears might be listening, Aaron. Hush, hush. Well, I think it's the streaming wars are in effect, and we're still here. And thanks to our man in the trenches, Mike Cadaver, the channel is working well. And I think there's still adjustments that will be made over the next couple of months.
Yeah, he and I still have a list of things that we want to implement that's going to go in the next update.
And then once those things are all fixed, I'm thinking probably by the end of the year, we'll be looking into...
And these things aren't even things that... There's not really things that are wrong with it still that need to be fixed. They're just new features we want to add.
Yeah.
We actually got past the bug fixing.
And I think probably they were talking about making the thumbnails smaller too, right? So that they load faster.
Well, that was something I would have to do for making the files smaller.
Yeah.
Because we're actually going to make them display bigger.
Oh, okay.
But the files will be smaller. Because right now, like, all those thumbnails are like 1920 by 1080.
Yeah.
But on the TV screen, they display in a smaller square because there's whole grids of them.
Yeah.
And we're working on making it so that whichever row you're browsing, it's zoomed in and it'll display bigger.
Nice. Well, that will be cool.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
I'm
on the next.
definitely looking forward to that next phase, and I know that, like I said, once all of those, once we've got it as, I guess it's souped up as much as we want it souped up, then we're going to start bringing it to other platforms.
Yeah.
So hopefully by the end of the year, you might be seeing OSI-74 on your Amazon Fire, which we've been promising forever.
Yeah.
And maybe Apple TV.
Yeah.
You know, wherever they'll take us. So that's exciting news for OSI-74 Roku. And Screaming Soup is on there right now. Brand new episode of Screaming Soup.
Yeah.
You know, we have new content coming all the time. I know there's the Subgenius movie, Time for the Show movie, that we're supposed to be putting on there at some point.
Yeah, which I have that ready to add.
Oh, okay.
I just didn't know when you wanted it to go up, or if they had a specific date they wanted to release, because I wasn't sure if it needed.
We'll have to check in with them.
Yeah,
I know that they were taking it to festivals and things.
Yeah,
so
I think we weren't supposed to compete with that, but I have it ready when they want it to go
So,
up.
but again, there's always something new coming to the channel.
And I've been quietly adding some new things to Movie of the Week, but I haven't been having them show up as featured. So you're just gonna have to go through and browse.
Check out Movie of the Week and see what's in Aaron's secret stash. A lot of stuff that probably shouldn't be on there, but we'll worry about that later. So May, Aaron Lane of Lane Film Limited and Mr. Lobo of OSI-74 / host of Cinema Insomnia. We are going to California in May. Our services are needed on a new movie based on an old movie, remake of an old movie.
Yeah.
It's actually a totally new movie, but its roots are in a lost older film, Blind Bargain, and this is also called Blind Bargain. So anyhow, it's exciting. It's an exciting cast, and it's an exciting film, and Aaron and I are working on the behind the scenes of the film. So this is a movie that's shot on 16 millimeter, which is unusual. Super 16, which is, again, the fact that it's on film is amazing.
We also both have cameos in the film.
We both will have cameos in the film. There's a party scene.
Yeah.
And it's produced. It's produced by John Filatico and directed by Paul Bunnell, our good friend Paul Bunnell of Johnny X. So that's really exciting. We're really happy to be involved with that production, and you know, to be able to bring our skills that we've honed on this show, on Cinema Insomnia, I should say, and kind of to be on the inside of a movie while it's being made, and to be able to interview the cast, to be able to add some perspective and some sort of give a slightly documentary treatment, but in our own way, of the material, and I think hopefully help them promote the film. You know, so that it reaches the largest number of people possible, because that's the other part, I think, is just the romance of making a movie, an independent movie. I feel like, you know, I think that's something that you folks are going to relate to. I think it's going to be really interesting seeing their mission accomplished, you know, and we're going to be right down on ground zero in California with them for what, 3 weeks or so? In May. We will probably try and do some kind of Cinsomniac thing. We might try to do a signing at a store. We don't know, I don't want to say that yet either, but we might want to try to do an autograph signing somewhere, maybe have a meetup at a cafe or something somewhere, but we would like to meet some Cinsomniacs while we're out there, as long as it doesn't interfere with us helping with that movie, because that is a legitimate gig that we've got. What?
And we may try to shoot an episode after we wrap on that before we come back. Yeah. So we'll hopefully at least come back with enough goodies to make another episode. That would be great. Well, and we have a filmmaker in the same town that's wanted to do an episode with us for like 3 years. So.
Yeah. So I think that would be great if we had we might have the makings of more than one episode if we're not exhausted.
We'll be exhausted.
We'll be exhausted. So speaking of new episodes, we're working on another exciting episode, Zombies of Sugar Hill. This movie is a movie I've been wanting to host since 2005 or for a while. We used to do a lot of conventions with Don Pedro Colley, the gentleman who portrayed Baron Samedi in the movie. He's also one of the mutants in Beneath the Planet of the Apes. He was on Dukes of Hazzard in the later seasons. He's passed away, since passed on. But I always enjoyed him. We always wanted to do an episode with him and host that movie in particular. It didn't pan out. But we are hosting it now in cooperation with Black and White Projects Gallery in San Francisco. So that's really exciting. You can read about that in our newsletter more. You can be an associate producer on that episode. It is exciting that we have an underwriter for the episode. The gallery is a sponsor underwriter for the episode. But they're not fully sponsoring the episode, so it's still open to associate producers. So if you want to have your name on Zombies of Sugar Hill episode, which we're almost done shooting, probably just 3 wraps or something left? Four wraps left as of this recording. So hopefully by the end of the weekend, maybe we'll have it all in the can. That's very exciting. Looking forward to that episode. What we've got so far I'm really proud of. It's really funny. And John Dimes steals the episode. Sally's amazing in it. Dixie's amazing in it.
We had a whole bunch of zombies.
Sinitra's amazing. A bunch of zombies. Yeah, we have a big finish with a bunch of zombies.
Some of them might have seen us film some of that on the Twitch.
Yes, we have been doing behind the scenes on the Twitch. So again, get your name on it as an associate producer. You will be supporting the arts, and you will be proud to have your name on it. You'll get to be in the IMDb and get a Blu-ray before everyone else. Another episode that's coming right after that. This is how weird our lives is. This is how weird our lives have become. This episode after this has a cat as an executive producer. When Aaron and I were conceiving the idea of having someone be able to buy on as an executive producer, we thought, this is something that this would be exciting because we'll be able to collaborate with potentially either with a fan or with someone who's interested in producing on a professional level, that they would come on and they could possibly help us find the movie or suggest the movie that we actually use, pending our approval, of course.
Yeah, there might even be like a filmmaker who wants to get their movie
or
out there.
Or a filmmaker who has a movie that they want to see us host. We had a lot of thoughts about how that would pan out, that we would collaborate with this person and creatively work with this person and work them into the episode somehow, or promote them somehow within the story of the episode. And then a cat shows up.
First one.
The first one. The very first one is a cat.
Within like a week of us announcing.
And, it's hard to talk to cats sometimes. All I know is psst, 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 and that's it, and I don't understand all the mewing and the meowing. And I don't know how, I know that this cat's got a lot of weird gambling problems, and
I think he's really mixed up in
cryptocurrency. So somehow this cat's gotten a hold of some money. Huey is the cat. And the Mighty Huey is the cat, and its owner or their owner does not necessarily want to be associated with this, which is kind of even more troublesome. So we're just kind of dangling on the end of a string, so to speak, with this animal producing our episode. And what's interesting is, this is why you don't stereotype. This is why you don't, I would think, like, what's the movie going to be? It's going to be something cat related. You know what I mean? The movie that was picked by Huey is a movie called The Frozen Dead, which is about Nazis, right?
Yeah.
So now I'm really worried. No, but The Frozen Dead, maybe Huey thought it was about fish. No, but it's another kind of, I guess it's kind of like The Head and The Brain That Wouldn't Die, and kind of in that regard.
Yeah, I would have thought it would have been like Killer Shrews or something, so the cat could want to eat the mice.
Oh, that's another thing too. Yeah, there was something. Yeah, exactly. Willard,
Yeah.
But no, it's Frozen Dead is going to be the movie, and you can be an associate producer if you want your name alongside a cat in the ending credits. Now, Huey started out as an associate producer, so you can kind of you could follow in Huey's footsteps, because Huey's has been an associate producer on 10 episodes or something?
Something like that. Quite a few.
And so now
that cat has racked up some IMDb credits.
Yeah, and now this cat is now the executive producer, which is a credit all by itself. Executive producer, the Mighty Huey, right? And then the associate producers will all be together in a list. So there's already kind of a separation there. And then we're going to work Huey into it somehow. And then Huey's been helping with the writing a little bit. So this is going to be really strange. But again, we've got Black and White Gallery as an underwriter for one episode, and now we have a cat as an associate producer. So the good news is that people are stepping forward and wanting to put their money where their mouth is, and support this show and back this show and help us make new shows. But you never know where that help's going to come from, If you think the way you want to help this show is too weird, it's probably not weird enough. There's probably somebody who's offered weirder help for us.
That Hunter S. Thompson, it was never weird enough for me.
Exactly. This weekend, Saturday night, is a big night for us. We're going to be here live in the studio. Maybe we'll be still working on the new episode. Maybe you'll be seeing us doing some behind the scenes still on Saturday night. If not, or perhaps if so, we'll also be showing the classic episode Monster from a Prehistoric Planet, which I think is a great one to show as a preamble to Zombies of Sugar Hill, because it does have a lot of humor on the subject of race as part of it. And it also features Sinitra, Sinitra Verona, who is doing two characters in the episode, who is a marvelous performer, who I try to put her in everything I've ever worked on. She was in Astro Zombies M3 Cloned, which was a movie that I was a unit director on.
She was just in Super Turtle Meets Shovel Face.
She was just in Super Turtle Meets Shovel Face as Hula Hottie.
Yep.
Which is a role she's reprising from Monster from Prehistoric Planet. And of course we both worked on the Motion Better Man show for many years. So, which was a show in Sacramento that we did live every Wednesday night at Old Ironsides.
We have one filmed episode of it up on the Roku.
That was before I was involved as a head writer, but yeah, we do have one episode of it, and there's more of it. I think there's episodes on YouTube and stuff.
Oh wow!
And I know that Mo doesn't mind us putting them on the channel, so maybe we need to grab some more Mo Better Man and put it on the channel. But anyhow, so I thought that might be a good one to show this weekend. We couldn't make this episode today. It's like what they say about Blazing Saddles.
Oh yeah.
We couldn't make this today. It's like, yeah, you could. You just someone might not like it. Someone, someone might actually voice their distaste of it. No, I mean, honestly, in that regard, in the case of Blazing Saddles, they knew they were doing something outrageous when they were doing it.
Yeah.
And a lot of people weren't okay with Blazing Saddles when it
Yeah.
came out. They were just bold in what they were doing. They knew that the humor was on the correct side of the issue, and with good intention. And they just went for it, and they knew that it was going to ruffle people, and they just did it anyway. I think the problem now is finding people who'll give you money.
Yeah.
You know, there's so many things on streaming that's getting edited or removed because they're worried that advertisers won't pay for it.
Well, I know that's been a big controversy recently, where it's come out that Tubi's been censoring movies and editing them down without talking to the filmmakers first.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, there's been a big blowback with a lot of streaming services editing movies for content, which has caused a big pushback for physical media.
Yes, which is a good reason to pick up a Blu-ray from our shop. You can produce these episodes and get Blu-ray copies for yourself, but of course we have, gosh, like I said, I feel like we've got at least 10 Blu-rays.
Yeah, we do. I think we're 13 or 14.
Yeah, of our most recent episodes, which honestly I feel like some of the best episodes we've ever done. And we still have tons of DVDs from Alpha Video, and many of them are on our site, still in stock on our site as well. So pick up some physical media, and you know, it's okay to make stuff that challenges people and make stuff that not everyone's going to find funny. The important part is we all still like each other. We just keep going. All right. So that's this weekend, Monster Film Prehistoric Planet. And anything else, Aaron, before we take off? All right, Insomniacs. Well, thank you. It's been a while since we've done an action talk. Probably have gone like 20 minutes.
23.
23, man. So I guess it's free.
Yep, their pizza's free.
All right, we'll try to shorten it up next time. We're a little tired.
Yeah.
All systems go.